Okay, so for today's task we're going to be deboning the leg of lamb. So we've got the whole leg of lamb here, so we're going to cut it into different joints, process it and tie it up. The equipment we will be using today is a pair of red handle scissors, a narrow deboning knife and a larger steak knife there. We're also going to be using a entry knife sharpener and some butcher string to tie up the joint afterwards. So first thing we need to do is sharpen the knives. And then when that's done, you just need to rinse the knives underneath the tap to make sure there's no metal filaments left on the knives. So starting off, just need to conduct a visual inspection of the package, making sure that the package isn't blown, it's still airtight, so it's still in good pack condition. It looks okay. So just going to open the package with the scissors. Pat and dry the blood on the outside. Then we just need to conduct another visual inspection on the joints afterwards to make sure there's no residual hairs left over or any discoloration. So this one looks nice and fresh. So first task we're going to do is we're going to remove the leg shank there. So these ones have already been cut there. So we just need to get the knife and cut round the shank there. And there you'll see a piece of gristle joining the two together. So we just need to put the knife in. And ease round that. Now some of these are trickier than others. There we are. So we have our lamb shank there. And then we're just going to French the end of it. And so save the offcuts and they can be processed at a later time. And there you have your French trimmed lamb shank. Now moving on to the leg, we need to take it from the underside of the leg here, so we're just going to seam bone it. So you're looking at those two seams there. So we just need to cut from the top end of the bone, just with the tip of the knife. Just following that seam around and keeping as close to the bone as you can. And we're just going to open it up a little bit. Again, keeping as close to the bone as you can to avoid any wastage.
That's a good get. Give that way,
And the only using the tip of the knife for this makes it easier to cut round. And opening up the bottom of it. And just cutting off the bone. So that's the leftover bone. So at this point we're just going to remove the little bit of knuckle at the end. Now you have the boneless leg of lamb there. So we've got the top side there, the silver side, and then the top rump. So we're just going to open up the top side. You see where the muscle joins the seam there, so you can just open that up. And then that's your top side joint. So if we take that off, and then that is your lamb top side. So that's the leanest part of the leg. Then with this, we're just going to take out the vein of fat and the gland. You see the gland in that part there. And just taking out any of the large lumps of fat. And that is your silver side muscle there, and your top rump here. So we're going to produce 2 mini roasting joints from the top side. So together, then cut it in half. And then we're going to tie these up with butcher string. I'm using a slip knot for this to keep it secure. Just double knotting it, making sure it doesn't come undone whilst cooking. And the string helps with carving once you finish cooking it as well. And then with the leftover top rump, just going to trim it down a little bit. Just getting rid of some of the fatty bits. And then we're going to use the steak knife to produce 3 steaks from this. So in terms of the finished products, you've got the 3 top rump steaks just here. You've got the silver side muscle there. Then you have your French trimmed lamb shank, and you have your 2 top side mini roasts there. And you also have the femur bone there, and you have your offcuts there that could be used for processing, turning into mince and things. As this store doesn't deal with those, it's kind of non-applicable. But that's your wastage. And that's the completely deboned lamb leg.